Hey, I'm Greg. I'm in a house that I've got marketed for sale. One that we bought from a seller who needed to get a cash price offer on his house. And so we gave him one and he liked it. And we bought it and then we did some renovations and now we're selling it. And one of the things I want to show you here is, other than my Pensacola sweatshirt that I bought on the beach a couple of years ago when it was cold, I also want to show you, this is that day. There's my truck. There's snow in the yard. You can see across the street at the house. There's snow in the yard. There's snowmen in Pensacola, Florida. Not very good. This is the day after when it started melting, right? So what am I telling you? I'm telling you I'm local and I'm here in town. Why is that important? Because what you're going to see is a lot of out-of-town companies do this across the country, where they are going to promise to buy your house for a certain price, and then they're going to market that contract to other investors around the country. Now, is that bad? Is that wrong? No. But here's the thing you gotta understand. They have no intention of buying your house. And where that becomes a problem is if they can't adequately market the contract and they can't find the buyer that they need to close on the house that they promised they would close for you, then they come back to you asking for a price reduction. And it is never early in the process. It's always the day before closing. They ask for a price reduction or they tell you they can't close for whatever reason. Not every real estate transaction goes smoothly, but when you're dealing with a wholesaler, the risk just goes through the roof. So how do you know if you're dealing with a wholesaler? Number one, if it's an out-of-town company, the chances are you're dealing with a wholesaler. Number two, if they don't send anybody to your house with a polo shirt that's got their logo on it, that's probably, well, not necessarily a polo shirt, but any kind of, whether it's a polo shirt with a logo on it, whether it's a business card or something that matches their web-based marketing, how you found them, if they aren't matching, that's probably a wholesaler. If they send a random notary public out to take photographs of your house, that's probably a wholesaler, okay? Are you gonna go wrong with a wholesaler? Not necessarily, but every real estate contract out there is written in favor of the buyer. Even the retail ones are, which means, what do I mean by that? Well, if I'm putting up $1,000 of EMD, of earnest money, and I walk away from the contract, I lost $1,000. And most wholesalers have a clause in there that means that they walk away with nothing and you're left holding the bag. Normally, if you're in the market to sell your house off market for cash, the last thing you need is for somebody to make a promise to you that they can't keep. So watch out for those wholesalers. Keep it local. Make sure that you've got a dedicated time for the inspection to be done. Make sure you have a dedicated date for the closing. Watch for people who are wearing branded clothing or a hat, or at least have a business card, or that their face matches the face on the website. If you don't see any of that, you're probably dealing with an out-of-town wholesaler, and caveat emptor, buyer beware, or in this case, seller beware. So I hope that helps.